We are live. This is our
We're-
first live, I think, on Lansing Sin,
No,
isn't it?
it's not. We've done another.
One or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to do TikTok as well at the same time, so it didn't really work, did
No,
it? If you remember?
No.
So we're still waiting for people to jump on. We know that we've got 3,000 subscribers.
Am I allowed to drink?
Yeah, you can drink what you want on here.
Can I?
Yeah, literally, yeah. We can
Jeez.
say what we want on here as well on this platform. It's great. Well, to a certain extent, people still get cancelled, but it's not as bad as with the one we just come off TikTok, which bans you on everything. So, yeah, as long as you don't incite hatred or anything like that.
No, and that's not what we're here to do.
No. It might be worth... Oh, hey, we got our first viewer on. Hi, good evening. Welcome. Welcome to the land of saints and...
Sinners. I don't know why I sing that every time.
Every time, yeah.
I do like a
Who's
mad
the
thing.
saint? Who's the sinner?
I'm the sinner.
Oh, no, you're the saint. I'm the
No.
sinner. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you on. This is obviously one of
It's
our
actually one of our
platforms.
first
Yes, it
times
is,
we've ever
yeah.
done this. So we are literally
How do we
on.
see people's comments on you? That's what I want to know. So can we see actually people's comments on you?
Can you, whoever's watching, can you just put a comment on just so
Top
we can
messages.
chat, see if we can...
All messages.
All messages.
There we go. Can we see
Can
who
you
says
just do
what?
a message? I
What
don't
if
know
we
how to
press
do
the
this.
Screen? No. I'll go down, yeah. Is it?
Got 2 people watching and I still don't know.
How do you
Welcome to live chat. What the hell I'm
Uh,
doing.
Bear with. We're trying to find the comment
How do you
section.
get comments on?
Let's just go down here. No, that's not it.
Comments. I
Right,
reckon
okay.
they should be on the left hand side. Chat filter, all messages.
Is it because the
So-
phone's turned this way or not that way?
I don't know.
Yeah. Try it.
Hey!
Yes!
Gbell78. Thank you so
much.
much.
Oh, yes. We know we're not
It comes
alone.
up at the bottom now.
Right, brilliant.
Comes
Thank
over
you.
the bottom. Thank you so much. So, it is good to have you on. This is like, again, one of our first Saints and Sinners on YouTube. We're normally on TikTok, but TikTok has
Oh, man.
absolutely destroyed our credibility.
Censorship gone
The
mad.
censorship is unbelievable. We just cannot say anything. People cannot comment or say anything. It is just completely guarded. We have to be really careful. We've been on the naughty step for 90 days on TikTok. So we had to come over here because it was just like, this is an absolute bloody joke. So anyways, thank you for doing the testing. It's lovely
Yes.
to... Hey! Hello, Ronaldo. So look, we just want to talk about...
A few things, innit?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the
yeah,
first thing?
I think we want to talk about, first of all, Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer, what do you think about Keir Starmer since
Can I
he's been
sing...
Yeah,
Am
you
I
can,
allowed to
you,
say
you can-
anything on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker. I mean that.
I know you do, I know.
I actually bloody mean that. Keir Starmer's a wanker. He is an absolute bloody nightmare.
Yeah.
He is a wanker. I mean, I cannot believe that anybody likes him. Does anybody like him?
I mean, even those who voted for him are turning against him. Even his
Yeah.
own party hate him. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
look what's happened to Jeremy Corbyn and Sultana, the
Yeah.
Jezbollah party. But they
Now,
split
the
now, haven't they?
Jezbollah party. Have you flipping heard
gone
what's
tits
going
up.
on there?
It's gone tits up, innit?
Apparently, there's like £1 million that's gone like...
At least, yeah, because it was £60 per member for sudden, the party is no more. It's,
Yeah.
they cease to exist because of
Valkyrie. I'm so
Yes.
glad you're here.
Valkyrie, yes, Ronald.
Oh, it's been, honestly...
This is a new audience for us as well, so...
No, this is Question the Narrative.
Oh, right, okay.
So
yeah.
they've come over,
Oh,
which
brilliant,
is beautiful.
fantastic.
So glad to have you on. Hey, how did your gig go? Because we were banned from everything, so we couldn't even look at
Oh,
anything.
no.
Did you do your gig and how did it go? Because I actually wanted to watch it. 55 per member and they got over... Yeah,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? And so now they're not actually giving the money back. They're not giving the money back to people. Oh, I'm so pleased. Have you got a video of it? I need to see the video of you doing your gig. And I would absolutely have loved to have been there. Absolutely would have loved to have been there. Send us a video if you've got one on TikTok or wherever. And yeah,
Yeah, go
money
back
laundering.
to Keir Starmer then. So,
Oh, I just want to call him a wanker again.
well, you can call him what you want, can you? I mean, Ben Habib called him a wanker on stage, didn't he?
Ben Habib on
yeah.
stage.
He said he's a wanker. If you watched the march that Tommy Robinson had put on,
Yeah.
Unite the Right, or whatever you want to call it, the Freedom Festival, if you're ever down in London, an amazing occasion. They reckon there was 44 million people watched online, which is absolutely extraordinary when you think about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. We got a visitor.
What are you doing?
Mumsy, can I please have that?
Oh.
I'm going
Sorry about this, folks.
to
For the broadcast.
What are you doing?
Anyone else love Polish PM? Yeah, absolutely. He was there. It was fantastic to see that because he's a freedom of speech fighter as well. And obviously,
can
what?
I use that chair?
Yeah, of course you can. You can have this chair. Grumps will sit
Not
on
right
the floor.
now. No. Else, can you? Sorry, my granddaughter has just
Apologies.
decided to walk in. Else, go.
We're on TV here, Els. But
We're on
what?
TV. Say hello.
Say hello, everybody.
I need that because I'm doing the dishes with Daddy.
Okay, there's a chair downstairs. Okay.
That's
Okay,
fine,
so-
use that one.
Right.
Money laundering.
Money laundering.
Mm-hmm.
Keir Starmer. Hello from London. Nice to
Hi,
have you on.
nice to have you on. Great to have you on,
Yeah,
guys.
I've got
Fantastic.
a granddaughter. Got a
Brilliant.
granddaughter. Predictable
Welcome.
zombie. Talk. Tell me what. So our channel is about everything.
Yeah.
So we talk
Current
about
affairs,
current affairs,
politics,
political,
spiritual.
spiritual, anything that's going on in the country and
Yeah.
United Kingdom, and we basically try and report on it.
Mm-hmm.
And my latest one actually is about
Which one is the man having a baby?
the he, she, they, them is pregnant and
Mm-hmm.
is about to give birth in a month's time, and he's asked, or she's asked, they, them has asked everybody.
You can say what you want to. Here's a question: can a man have a baby?
No.
Absolutely not, like.
No.
And they're posting all over X, like.
You've
you know,
seen us
celebrating.
arguing with the spoon. Ah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, that kinky spoon. Kinky
Yeah.
spoon. I have argued with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about the freedom of speech and the assassination of Charlie Kirk, which was absolutely deplorable. You know, someone being killed and murdered for having an opinion. That is a direct attack on the freedom of speech, and it's the very
It's
thing.
that.
And it's the very thing that we should be holding dear and fighting for, because people died to give us the right for freedom of speech, and it's been taken away from us. I mean, people are being policed for, you know, posting stuff on social media, on Facebook, on X, or, you know, Twitter,
Such a
whatever.
beautiful brother and sister, aren't we?
We are. I'm older than her, though. I'm older brother. It's just absolutely crazy that people are being jailed for posting stuff on social media. They're being, you know, fined, or they're being charged. And, you know, and what we've seen with Charlie Kirk happen in Utah was absolutely, I don't know if you've seen what happened. Of course, you should have if you haven't. Because all over the, not mainstream media, they didn't cover it very well, did they? I mean, people celebrating the man's death. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, the death of anybody shouldn't be celebrated,
No.
regardless. But he was such a genuine, honest, humble, kind of lovable guy. The way he debated and with students was just amazing. He had a gift, didn't he?
Look, not everybody's going to like the way that he actually debates. Not everybody. He's going to get under their skin because, like, but although he would agree to disagree, and he would actually say, you know, I'm done. You know, like, let's agree to disagree. He still gave a good fight, and he tried to debate in a healthy manner. Not everybody's going to like that. Not everybody's going to understand that. And unfortunately, you know, watching the lefties, and I say the lefties loosely, you know, watching people who totally celebrated death is so disgusting.
Sick.
And actually, it is so far removed from humanity and compassion to laugh and jeer at somebody dying, being shot.
Yeah.
It is so disgusting. Like, if it was their nan, or if it was their mom, or if it was their dad, they wouldn't be jeering. And how would they feel if anybody was jeering and laughing at you know, one of
Yeah.
their family members? It's disgusting.
What's about that singer, Bob Villan, got up on stage and dedicated a song to Charlie Kirk? Absolutely disgraceful. The man.
Oh, he was awful.
He was laughing and celebrating and saying it, didn't he? And just and
Yeah.
because you posted something.
I
On TikTok,
posted,
yeah.
I you know, I literally.
On here as well, on our
yeah,
shorts.
on here again, on one of my shorts. Yeah, it is inhumane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thing is, they can't take it from us. We have to give it to them. Our inalienable rights can be absolutely. Sorry, I'm just trying to like.
Game
read
over,
it.
you lost. No, mate, no. We're still fighting, mate, for freedom of speech. We've taken on the bottom of Charlie Kirk, and we will continue that fight for freedom because it's our right. It's our God-given right, and we'll fight, and we'll die on that hill if we have to, because we have got to think of our future for our children. Because what kind of world do we want our children to live in? A world where cancel culture rules, where you can't say what you think, you can't say what you believe, you're too scared to be, and you're self-censoring yourself? That's not the world I want to live in. I believe in freedom. I believe in peace and love and all those things that matter, that make us real human beings, not the things that destroy people's lives because they haven't killing someone because they have a different opinion. It's crazy. That's absolutely batshit crazy. Should never be happening. And we've got to fight for those freedoms, because the government, let's be honest, they're part of the problem. We have two-tier policing, two-tier justice system, and they're locking people up for having an opinion. Well, to hell with that, because that shouldn't be the case. You should be able to speak freely without fear or favour. You shouldn't have to worry about what you're going to say. Yeah, we don't incite people to want to hurt other people. That's different. There's a line not to be crossed. But sensible debate, the place of debate, which is in universities, which is where Charlie Kirk was going, speak with students. You know, and you used to listen to his podcasts, how he communicated, what his style was so unique, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was absolutely. I thought he was brilliant in the way that he handled people and he spoke to them with respect. He was obviously, you know, adamant in his ways, and he understood what he understood and he knew what he knew. But to actually have him shot, I find absolutely disgusting, deplorable. So, Predictable Zombie, you said that you'd class yourself as a leftist. What
is a
makes you?
leftist? What is that?
I'd like to know that. What deems you as a leftist? Can you tell me about that? I'd like to know that. And yeah, Valkyrie, anyone that has mocked or downplayed Charlie Kirk would be sent home if they are not naturalised citizens of USA. Absolutely.
And rightly so. I think I hopefully get an answer from Predictable here, because I think the idea of a left wing and right wing is an illusion created by political elites to divide us.
Revival.
That's what we need.
Do you know what, Valkyrie? We
Amen to that.
have seen so many people turn to Christ, so many people turn to Christianity, and so many people say that there is just something missing. They have no faith. They have no faith in what is going on in society at the moment. No faith. You know, so they're having to turn from politics into spirituality. I'm going to church on Sunday too. I actually went to church last Sunday and I took my granddaughter and it was beautiful. So I went to church, and I'm going to go again this Sunday. We went to something called David's Tent, which is in Shaftesbury, or near, actually Malmesbury. And you know what? I think you'd have loved it. It was all about just having time out. Just having time out and just feeling that spiritual and feeding into that spiritual. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So Predictable Zombie is saying, I'd say that the left have more progressive views. Davin TK, let's make it positive. You have one chance to share one thought, idea, or advice with us. One thing from each of you. Okay. Virtue signalling. I don't like organised religion, but as you know, I'm spiritual. The call is to go to church who are strong at the moment. It's in the collective. Absolutely. I think church, you know, I can't stand organised religion. I'm also like you. Sorry, I can hear a phone call going on out there. I can't stand organised religion. I can't stand, you know, anything that is religion and it's controlled and it's contrived. I am absolutely all about the spiritual, and the spiritual is so important because then that is free flow. The spirituality is really, really important because you have that natural flow, the natural ebb and flow, where you completely feel the realm of the spiritual, and it basically is just such an eye-opener, and I think it's really, really important. I think religion justifies people being evil if they repent. Okay, that's Predictable Zombie. Okay, you know, I hear that, but you know, it's really, really important. It's really, really important that you recognise that actually we can actually say that we're sorry and that we can actually, you know, get it right, because that's what actually grace is, where we forgive each other and we can actually get things wrong, because not any of us get it right every time. But I think religion actually is more damaging than spirituality. Spirituality is a real kind of connection. It's a connection to earth. It's a connection to ourselves. It's a connection to the Christ consciousness within ourselves. But religion, I don't believe is helpful to each and any one of us. I mean, Valkyrie, I'd love to know what you think about that, because like we talked about, organised actually is just organised. It's human input. And actually that's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. And I'd love to know what you think, Valkyrie and tell me. A predictable zombie. So you've seen us on TikTok. I'm really intrigued by that. You've seen us on TikTok. You've seen us arguing with Kinky Spoon. Everything all right?
Yeah, so.
What's going on?
Oh, it was just a link on one of our posts on our That's UK Wales.
Yeah.
There's a link on there that someone put on there for supporters page, and it took our co-presenter to the system, but that's because he's logged in, the other person isn't, so it's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to anybody here. I know. Anyway.
Okay. I didn't
Good
know.
evening, everyone. Sorry for that.
So, right. What do you guys then think of Advance UK? Because Advance UK is a new and upcoming political party in Great Britain, and I'm
And Northern
really
Ireland.
and Northern Ireland, and I'm really intrigued as to what you will think of Ben Habib. Does anybody know of Ben Habib? I get you loud and clear. Don't think you can follow any book to the 100th degree. JC advised to follow him. That basically means go within and become Christ conscious. Absolutely.
Thank you, Gary. New subscriber, just subscribed to Essex. Cheers, mate. Top man. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Thank
Gary.
you so much. Thank you,
That's
Gary.
so lovely. It's the mainstream media that is really responsible for all this division. Left
Yeah.
and right just depends which side is spoon
Yeah.
feeding you. Absolutely.
And
I
it-
like
it-
what Ben Habib has to say
Yeah.
so far. Amazing.
Yeah, it is an illusion created, isn't it, to divide us, and we've always had
Thank
that.
you, Charlie.
We've always, more subscribers.
Come on, we
Come
need
on.
you all.
But can they understand my Welsh accent, though? That's the thing, isn't it? It's always a problem. Do we need sign language? Because you can do that, can you? You can do some sign language.
So we're from Wales. We live in Wales.
We
He's
do.
very Welsh.
Oh, yes.
And I can
talk.
tone down my Welsh, see, and I can talk like this.
Because you worked in Swansea, see.
I did work in Swansea.
Swansea Jack. You are Swansea Jack.
Yeah, and you're a
Turk.
Turk.
Turk, yeah. So, yeah, well, guys, we started talking about Keir Starmer, didn't
Thank
we?
you,
Just,
Brian.
Just wonder what everyone thought about him on the comments here, because he's been an absolute disaster since he became Prime Minister. Since he became Prime Minister,
Valkyrie,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, it's all right.
Not your fault you're from the valley.
I am
Someone's
from
got
the
to be.
valleys, yeah.
From
Yeah.
the valley, Mutha TV.
So since Keir Starmer came into power, we've had over 50,000 illegal immigrants across the channel, illegally, of course, and they're boasting about their one in, one out policy, the fact that they're sending one person back a day, but we're having one from France. So it's one out, one in. Doesn't make any sense to most of us that can do maths, and you don't
But
need
it's
to
not.
be...
It's only been 3 out and 50,000
Yeah,
in.
I know that, yeah. I mean,
It doesn't even bloody make sense.
and we've had hundreds and hundreds in today as well. But of course, the weather's been bad. When the weather's bad, the numbers are down. So the government say, "Oh, it's amazing. We've cut the amount of people come over on boats." No, it's because it's raining and it's windy, and they're not coming over on the channel because it's too dangerous. So the reality is, Keir Starmer has been an absolute abject failure to this country. He's one of the worst prime ministers.
Love you, Jordan.
One of the worst prime ministers we've ever had, and that's some beat him giving Tony Blair's record.
Can you
because
give us some likes at the top? We've only got
Can you
8
do
likes.
likes? Can you do likes
Yeah,
in
there's
here?
8 likes at the top.
It's not like TikTok on mine, is it?
I don't know. I
It's a
don't know
thumbs
how
up.
it
They
works.
can press the button and all that. But yeah, thank you for everyone watching. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. Check out our videos.
We've only just started doing these.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
been on TikTok all of our lives, and then all of a sudden,
all of our lives.
well, TikTok has absolutely failed us.
Yeah, we've been banned.
Absolutely
We've been
failed
banned.
us.
We've been banned.
Yeah, there's a like. We've got one more like.
Yeah,
we
we-
need those likes. If I sing you a song, can you give me like 10 likes? So we're on 11. I needed to get to
We don't get paid
25.
for having likes, mine.
No, I don't care, but I just want to sing a song to
Oh,
them.
okay.
Okay, and I want Valerie. Governments are no good. Right, you ready? Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker. I think you should all join in with me and actually sing that Keir Starmer is a wanker.
Can we get guests on here as well, like we do like on TikTok?
Can you donate money? I didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
Bloody hell. Who
What?
can donate money?
You can't. You can't.
I've
do
only got 11 likes still. It hasn't got
Well,
up.
we got 3,333 subscribers, but we haven't got a clue how to make money.
3,333. We're on the 333 on
No,
a
we've got
spiritual
more tonight, so
term.
we have more now.
Oh yeah, but on a spiritual term, the number 33333 means
What does it mean?
it means new things are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Electron, it was your like.
Yeah,
Come
there we
on,
are.
we need another one. Can you do more
Blessings.
than one like?
So, what's your thoughts on the border then? Well, how would you stop the illegal immigrants that are coming over here illegally, undocumented males? We're not talking about those with genuine asylum seekers coming here because they're fleeing real persecution. Because let's face it, our country, and I've always said this, not a question of compassion, it's a question of capacity.
Capacity.
We don't have enough room. Oh, NHS is on its knees, waiting times and everything else.
How do we turn chat
Public
donations
service.
on? Sorry,
Huh?
predictable zombie.
I think you have to turn chat donations on. We haven't got a clue how to do that.
How do you do that?
It'd be nice to have a couple of quid, like, because we do it for free anyway, wouldn't we? We'd love it anyway. We're going to have to learn.
Thanks,
So in
Harry.
the settings,
That's so lovely of you.
thank you, Particular Zombie. In the settings, you can turn it on. Well, next time we do a live, then we'll probably turn it on. We don't have to do it now. Home, this is the new thing, is Reform. Well, a lot of people are voting for Reform because there's been no alternative party out there up until now, is there?
But Ben Habib
Yeah, there's a new party.
is coming
in town.
out.
I went down and back it up if it helps. I'm not singing that song. though.
Anyone undocumented goes into holding centre until better, and then we send them back because none are children and women.
Yeah,
Exactly. Right. Did you see that there was one illegal immigrant that was put in a hotel in Epping, and he jumped the fence twice
Went to school,
and went into different schools?
Yeah,
He went into one school, and then he got arrested, and then he got released, and then the next day he went back to another school.
Yeah, well, we're
Absolutely
and someone
bonkers.
mentioned the French. Yeah, we're paying the French millions and millions of pounds. I mean, every single week, really. But what are they doing? Border Force. They're not doing nothing to secure our borders. I mean, it's clear since the 1990s when Tony Blair opened up the borders, we've had this succession of people coming to this country illegally, and it's got to a point now where the demographics of our country's changed so much. You drive through some places and they're unrecognizable. And it's not that we don't believe, that multiculturalism is a good or bad thing. It's just the simple fact that people are afraid because, we were and are historically a Christian nation. But that now is under threat. Our very fundamentals, our very basis, our constitution is Christian. Whether we've got a church or believers or not, that doesn't really matter. What matters is our history, our foundations, and they're being eroded because of a culture and ideology that's being imported into our country, sadly, that I believe is a direct threat, not just to our democracy, because it is actually a threat to our democracy, because they have their own courts, they have their own laws, and they internalize it all together. So it's quite frightening what's happening, and people are afraid of what's coming. But we've got to raise our voices, and we got to stand up and say something, haven't we?
Predictable Zombie, thank you so much. Go to YouTube Studio, select Earn.
I'll try it on my phone because I got it on my phone here.
I'm the old quadra from County Durham, Hinny, and the other half's Mara. Ah, lovely to have you on and lovely to chat with you.
What was that about YouTube Studio?
Oh yeah, YouTube Studio.
Yes.
Go
need to change.
select Earn.
I'm on that one, so I need to change it.
Select Earn.
How do I change account?
Hi Jordan. And those charges and go
Switch
hold.
account.
And do you know what, Valkyrie? I think I would actually vote for you to be Prime Minister.
Right, so what do I do now? Go
So
to
Studio, select Earn. Go to Earn.
Where's Earn? Oh, there, okay.
And then go to Supers.
Supers.
And then enable Super Chat.
How do you do that?
Learn more. Just press learn more. How do we do this? How do you know this stuff?
No, it's gone to a Google chat, that is.
It's gone to Google.
Are we not eligible?
Supers.
Let's take this down.
How are we memberships?
No. I think it's because we haven't qualified. No.
How do we know if we're qualified? Oh, I don't know what
I
we're
don't
doing.
know.
This is
We
just...
need more watched hours, public watched hours. That's why we need to do more of these lives, look, because
Yeah.
that's what it is. Okay. So yeah,
Do you know what she would? Valkyrie would have it sorted in 6 months. Can I actually come and work for you? I'm working for him at the moment.
you are. You're doing a great job, though.
Thanks. It is knackering. Absolutely knackering. Because we are literally working hard for Advance UK, and we are promoting Ben Habib, and we are promoting
The
Advance
mission, innit?
Party. It's the party. It's everything that, we stand for, which is what?
Freedom of speech, democracy, sovereignty, and equality under the law. I mean, talk about the sovereignty, for example. Our parliament should be sovereign in all of its parts, but we've got these international bodies like the WHO, the WEF, the UN, the EU, that interfere with our domestic politics. And they shouldn't. In reality, we should be free from all those things, but we're not. And our democracy, for example, we don't have democracy in this country. We think we do when it comes to the general election. We think we're a Western democracy. But actually, the government passed bills and laws through the House of Commons, then for the second reading of the House of Lords comes back, etc. Like the assisted dying bill, things like, there's different opinion on that, I know. But so many different bills that I believe should be brought back to the people. Like Brexit. Brexit was put to the people, they voted. Politicians didn't like it, tried to block it. But that's democracy in action. But unfortunately, we don't have democracy in this country. We have a bunch of politicians who've got a majority in the House of Commons, Labour at the moment, and they can basically do what the hell they want without they have public consultation. But really, Keir Starmer, I mean, you think about it. Labour promised they'd be the low taxation government. They've raised taxes more than the Conservatives. You know, when they've come into power, Rachel Reeves has raised taxes. They said it was a £22 billion black hole. That's gone up to like 55 billion. Now they're celebrating because Trump's offered to put £150 billion into the economy, but yet they all hate Trump.
Yeah.
David Lammy.
Yeah.
What did David Lammy call him?
Oh, he called him, I can't remember.
A white supremacist.
Oh, yeah.
A Nazi.
He's
a
horrible,
Ku Klux
isn't he?
Klan. And yet now he has to lick his ass because he's the president of the United States of America
Oh, it's
just to
a
get his
joke.
money. And didn't Keir get challenged on an interview about his faith? GB News presenter, wasn't it? Was it Beverly Turner?
I don't know,
Video.
I've seen
Yeah,
that
the video I sent you earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, you haven't
I
done
need
that.
to
All
do
right,
that.
okay.
But listen, so
about some of that.
Valkyrie has just put, what does Advance think of ECHR?
Good question. Right, we would repeal the ECHR because we don't need it, and that is the very thing that's given protection to foreign nationals over our own British citizens. So straight away that would be gone immediately. There are ways we've got to get around that because of the Northern Ireland, the Good Friday Agreement, which we can do. It's possible, but there has to be a political will. Now, Reform have promised to do the same, but Nigel Farage, unfortunately, is a political chameleon. He'll go with the winds of, whichever way the winds are blowing at the time, just to gain votes and curry favour with the electorate. But we are steadfast in our convictions that the ECHR will go. The Human Rights Act of 1998 does not need to be in place. You know, go back to in the 1920s. We got enough in our history that protects us as human, gives us human rights, basic human rights. That's the right to education, to water, to food, all the basic things that we need. And of course, the first duty of any government is protection of its own citizens. But we're giving priority to foreign nationals over our own people. We got veterans on our streets. We got homeless people who can't get into social housing. We got people who are looking to be moved because they're facing domestic violence at home and they can't get out there. They're trapped because there's no houses. This is wrong. There are women and children whose safety are at risk. This is wrong. And this is because we've had an open border policy for far too long. And it has to stop. And Advance UK will make sure that will stop. So,
Good. Teflon Tony should never have joined it.
Yeah.
Labour have gone back on every promise in their manifesto.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
And he said that there was 150 billion in UK tech companies, but the UK has no tech companies.
No.
So explain that.
Exactly.
Yeah, DL is an asshole.
David Lammy certainly is.
Done a right turn on his attitude. As you think a vote can be redone when there is no fraud. You know you're not living in a democracy and your governments are traitors.
Yeah.
What do you think about Islam taking control over European countries?
Well, my personal opinion is it's the greatest threat to Western democracy because look, the Quran, according to them, is the word of God. If it's the word of God, you can't debate it. It's final. It's final on all matters. Whatever it says, you have to abide by. That doesn't leave room for a democratic discussion or debate. So there is no discourse. And if you don't have debate, you don't have healthy outcomes. You can agree to disagree on things and walk away. But fundamentally, because they believe their book, the Quran, is the word of God, and when it talks about people who do not believe in Islam or believe in Muhammad as the prophet and everything else, then we're classed as infidels and dogs, death to all Jews, death to unbelievers. That is in their Quran. And they believe that to be the word of God. And I believe the greatest threat to our nation, to our country, while we all look at the politics, it's the spiritual, it's the Islamists that are coming here. This doesn't make all Muslim people bad. I'm talking about the overarching thing when it comes to the actual doctrine of Islam, which I studied in college and in my theology degree. I didn't finish the degree though, because I finished after 2 years. I got bored. That's just by the way. But suffice to say,
Told me you'd finished it.
no, well, I did the third year, but I didn't do it in Bible college. I did it, distance learning because I've got bored. Didn't you know that? No.
No, you said that you finished it and you got your degree.
I did get my degree. I got a certificate in my mum's house. I'll show it to you. But I did the third year, not in residence. Like I did it out because I couldn't stay. It was boring. But anyway, so Islam is the greatest threat to our democracy. It really, really is. And we're seeing it happen with Sharia law, Sharia courts, Sharia law in communities like Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham. Some of these places, you've seen them, they've changed massively. And some of you people have experienced that as well. So yeah, it is a huge problem.
Valkyrie, I'm going to plead with you here. I love you and I have loved you from the day that I met you. And I say met you just online. I actually think that you would be phenomenal on the advanced college. I think your input and I think your kind of understanding of things and I think your intellect would be so needed on the college. Please consider going on the college, because the college, what does the college do?
Well, the college will hold the balance of power. It'll be the ballast of the party. So basically, all policy will be formed from the college, which is made up of the members. So with Advance UK, it's about grassroots. So, you know, the way it's been structured, it's grassroots up, not the way down. Most political parties, you have the man at the top and everyone else serves at the bottom. That's not democracy. That party, like Reform, is not democratized. Farage promised to do it. He hasn't done it. He owns more shares in the party. You can't get rid of Farage. Zia Youssef owns the second amount of shares, who bought his way into the party for nothing shy of £200,000 and became the chairman. Not elected, but bought. He bought his position within a political party. Now, for me, that stinks. That's wrong. It's not democracy at all. So the college is there. So you have the members, the college, then the executive. And it's really, it's a shadow of what Parliament should be. So we're getting ready for 2029 for the future general election. There may be a snap election of the way Keir Starmer's going.
Absolutely. Nobody likes him. Everybody is demanding that he resigns. Just go, Keir. We absolutely hate you. Let me just go to a few of the things. So, who to vote for? That is what Davin TK.
Well, do you know when it comes to who to vote for? I always put it like this. The wonderful thing about democracy, you can choose who to vote for. Check out their manifesto, but check out their track record. Look what Labour have done. They promised the earth in July last year before they came into power, and they got into power. And what has Keir Starmer done? He's reneged on most of his manifesto pledges and promises. He's broken them. You know, what he did to the pensioners, the farmers, what he's done with small businesses, raising income tax and things like that. And the way that he has just treated the country as a whole is absolutely deplorable. You know, pushing us further into poverty. And mad Ed Miliband, don't get me started on that.
Oh my gosh.
The net zero, it's nuts.
He's absolutely crazy. So, again, Valkyrie, this is why I'm telling you need to go on the college. A contract, a pledge. Psychos and anarchists write manifestos and they really think they're the right party or the right party needs to adopt the right terms. Absolutely. So we're in real danger. They do plan to take over. Electron, they are turfing people out of their homes. If young women with kids are put on the streets, they are then putting them in serious danger from the men that get on. Absolutely, they get in their houses. Electron is Islam.
Yeah.
I give it 2 months and we'll have a new PM. Trouble is, all politicians lie on all sides. They always let us down. So manifestos don't mean a thing.
Well, you've got a point there, and I can understand that historically that's been the case, isn't it? Because politicians, let's be honest, lie for their own gain. They lie to get into power. They get into power and they change. But I think, you know, with Advance UK, this is a last opportunity because it's not made up of people who are political. I mean, I'm involved and I'm not a politician.
No.
You know, I've been involved with politics in different ways as a political commentator, but I'm not a politician. I'm a working class bloke from Llanelli, come from the streets. I made my way up through life and, you know, had to fight my way to get to where I was and stuff like that. So I think with Advance UK, it offers something completely different. We're not Oxford and Cambridge. We're not all necessarily from these or Eton or, you know, it's a collective of people with different experiences, with real life stories, who have been through some stuff, who understand what life's about. So we're not aloof from the pains and the ups and the troughs and everything else that comes with life. You know, we've been through some stuff. Which means some spit in there, which means when we create policy, it's based around a life experience. You know, so for example, you know, if you've been a single parent and you know what it's like to raise children in an environment where you don't have the support around you, you don't have the family members, and the benefit system has not worked for you, or it is worked for, whatever the case might be, we want to hear your voice. We want to know how it feels. So what would have made a difference for you to help you get back into work? You know, the mental health problem we have with young people is massive, huge, and that's because of lockdowns, because of COVID, when they locked us all down and they just basically imprisoned us. Well, they didn't imprison me because I just didn't pay attention to them. I didn't believe in it at all. I just did what I wanted to do because I believe the government have no place in locking down its own people.
So where can I find out more about Advance UK? So if you go onto our website, which is advanceuk.org.uk, you will find everything that you need to know. You can become a member. Actually, to become a member, it's only £10 at the moment, for the year. But in October, it's going to go up to 20. So I suggest that you have a look today, and if you decide to become a member, then it'll be fantastic, because what you're doing is becoming a member, and you're part of the party and you actually can have a say. And it's really important for you to be able to have your say.
Because we've been doing tours, haven't we? We've been going around.
We're touring around Wales.
Yeah, we have.
And
been,
we're
yeah.
going to lots of meet and greets. We're meeting everybody that is a member and that actually wants to participate and actually volunteer. And it is so amazing to find like-minded people who are so damn desperate to make a change, because they are so deflated and completely disillusioned with what is happening at the moment. I think we all are. I think we're all exhausted with the politics. I think we're all knackered out with what is actually going on in the world. And I just think, you know, it's really, really important that we actually make a stand. We're not on Instagram. Are we on Instagram as Saints and Sinners?
We are, but we don't really
use it.
post it much anymore.
We don't really use it.
So I mean, by the way, it's our first time doing a live. Well, not first time, but
It's kind of,
it's the longest one we've done, isn't it? And we've had
Yeah.
because we're new to this kind of format, so please bear with us. But thank you for jumping on, everybody. We're talking about politics tonight, and many other things as well. I mean, one of the things about going back to the freedom of speech rally down in London, how much there was an emphasis on faith and on our historical Christian roots and stuff. There was so much of it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
We've been losing that, haven't we?
Yeah, I think, you know, as a nation, again, it's that whole disillusionment. And I think it's because everybody's been so welcoming that actually, like, some cultures just don't actually merge and mix. You know, there's a lot of stubbornness between different religions, and that's actually caused more complications. And then everybody's trying to pacify and placate everybody. And actually, we're losing the very essence and the very fabric of what we are.
Is that the ginger you've been drinking?
Yeah. I've been drinking ginger. Have you heard of the term fourth turning?
No, I've not heard of that. No, please do enlighten. I'd like to know more about that.
Have you? Valkyrie will know. She knows everything. Valkyrie. What is the term fourth turning? Is that like... Bless you always. Thank you, David,
Thank you,
Emmanuel.
Daniel.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you too. I mean, one of the things why we set this Lands and Saints and Sinners up originally is when I don't know how long ago it was now, but we set it up because we wanted to marry the political with the spiritual, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we saw what was going on in the nation, and we just felt that there is a collaboration. You know, I have no doubts about it. Behind all of what goes on in the, you know, earthly sense, there is a spiritual battle happening as well at the same time. Now, some people might call that weird and wacky. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But the truth is the spiritual world is real. And, you know, we carry with us a Christ consciousness. We believe in that. And we believe that all humans are created in the image of God. And there are things that sometimes are beyond our understanding. I get that. But behind all the political, there is the spiritual. And I think it's important that we understand that, because, you know, ultimately that is what we're fighting for. That's what Lands and Saints and Sinners is all about. And that's what we're here to promote, because we want to connect the spiritual with the political. We want to be an influence, because that influence is so important that people grasp the idea that, you know, we as Christians believe that we are here and God has a plan for our lives, each and every one of us, to make the world a better place than we found it. And so it's important that we, you know, we contribute to that. And if we can't do that, and there's not enough believers, I believe, involved in politics. We need more and more people who carry this faith, the faith of, you know, we call it Christianity, right? I mean, people have all different kinds of religious ideas about different things, but you cannot escape the fact. Thank you, amen, my brother. I know some of you guys are Christian. Jesus Christ is Lord. Yeah, you know, brilliant. But, you know, what we do is we do it through love. Love is the fact that always wins. We don't do it through swords or guns. We do it through love. And I think that Jesus demonstrated that when he was on earth. That's what he did. And I think it's important that we grasp that. I think it was St. Francis of Assisi that said, preach the gospel, if possible, use words, which means your actions should speak louder than anything else, the things you do for people. So I think we've lost that sense of love and community. I mean, we used to have so much love in our communities. Growing up, Rogue, you remember, don't you, how communities were? They loved each other. We looked after one another.
Yeah. You know, we absolutely. So, like, back in the day, we used to have, like, every Sunday, everybody would bring something called a pot bless. And everybody brings some food, and we'd all, like, sit down and eat. And everybody became community and family. And, or, you know, look, it takes a village to raise a child. And what the government have tried to do is seclude us so that it is just a man and a woman. And it is just us, like, stuck at home. And, you know, we are basically taken away from real society. And in that, right, what's happening is there's more stress, there's more kind of pressure
Yeah.
on a couple, and then it causes division because they end up splitting up. Not all of them, but a lot of people split up because they can't cope with the pressure. But in the old days, it used to be a village.
Yeah.
It used to be a whole load of people.
Yeah.
And absolutely, Adele Harvey, do everything with love.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daniel here, Emmanuel, Charlie Kirk is the template that God used to separate the goats from the sheep and the wheat and the tares. Absolutely. You know, he was a faith believing man with a lovely family, 31 years of age. Tragically, his life was taken far too early because he had an opinion. I mean, it's absolutely disgraceful that somebody would do such a thing. And, you know, there's a lot of discussions. I know there's a suspect and everything else, but there's more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah,
Isn't that right, Grog? Yeah.
absolutely.
It's part of a big agenda, bigger plan as well. And, you know, one of the things that's under threat as well in this country, as part of our Christian faith as well, is the globalization, this globalist agenda
Yep.
that is completely anti-God in every aspect, whatever your
Yep.
God conscience is, whatever you believe in. They want to remove God from every sphere or tier of society, your schools, you know, politics and everything. But it's got to be central. We've got to return to that. If we, you know, a revival to what we used to be. As Rog has mentioned, these communities where love will always win, and that's so important. And now all we want to do is people want to fight each other all the time. They want to, you know, kill each other, and it's got to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop.
Gary Andrews has said, yes, correct. Other cultures are stubborn, and I find that they don't respect the countries they stay in. That's my sentiment. That's exactly what I think. You know, and I find it really, really disrespectful. You know, like the way that our streets and our roads and our houses are being ruined. You know, I mean,
it's a third world culture, you know, that's coming here, and they have a way of living that is completely not compatible with British culture. Now, when you say that, your class is far right, and
Electron said something. Sorry.
yeah, okay, so you class a far right racist, but actually it doesn't make you a racist if you believe in your country and your history and your people and everything else. This isn't about race or colour or religion.
It's cultural.
You know, it is culture. Yeah, because we're a Christian culture, we should be. 47% of people said in the latest census they were Christians, anyway, certainly. But obviously, you know, these are the principles by which our nation was built upon: respect, freedom of speech, democracy, honesty, equality under the law. They come straight from the Bible. I mean, that's where they come from. The 10 Commandments were the basis for our laws. That's how they were created.
Yeah.
It's where we get thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, etc., etc.
So the fourth turn represents crisis, a period of serious change. These are things that transpire over long periods, the fourth lasting around 25 years. And it feels like we've been in a perma-crisis for too long. Do you know what? I agree with that. I didn't know that. That's what
No, I never heard that. We have to look at that.
Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting. Thanks for
Is
sharing
there a
that.
link for that? The fourth turn, or can we just Google it? The fourth turn. The fourth turn. That's really interesting. And have you considered the lack that we have of an archbishop is a hint or clue to the overall intention? Almost a year now with that one. Do you know what?
Well, Justin Welby, when he was the last Archbishop of Canterbury, but he was embroiled in scandal and cover-ups of, you know, child abuse and things like that, which actually, again, you know, it doesn't help, does it? When you know, we see these things not just with other religions, but even within the Catholic Church, we've seen and other denominations where this has happened. And
Sorry, Valkyrie, we'll have a look.
Sorry.
Guys, do you think it's the end times and the Lord's rapture is upon us?
Well, yeah, according to Ezekiel 37:38, we are in those end times. So there is a direct correlation between what is said in there, and I do believe that we are in the end times and Christ's return is near in. Now, I know some of you might think, Richie, you're balmy. Well, it's what I believe. And you don't have to believe that, but I certainly do. You know, the signs are there. The times that we're living in right now, what we're seeing is foretold by the prophet Isaiah and many of the prophets in the Old Testament, and we're seeing things come to pass.
So Valkyrie's put, this is going to get broken up into a few messages with regards to what do you need to get back? Do you need to get back to work and Islam? The two can be connected. It is known that Asians across the board breed. If we have an influx of opposing religion that outbreeds, then yes, borders need to be checked, but also UK need to look at maternity leave, childcare costs if you would like to breed traditionally 3 or 4 kids. I don't think either of us.
Well, I think the problem is
traditionally.
the government have created a world where most people don't want to bring children into the world anymore, and
No.
I think that's been deliberate because of the plan of depopulation. Because
But also the vaccines.
yeah,
There's actually messed
yeah,
with our
absolutely, fertility.
fertility.
And if you think about it, the reason behind the depopulation, which people like Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation is behind, is because they believe there's too many people on the planet, so they want to get less people on Earth, by depopulating it, that means there's less resources being consumed from the earth and the planet itself. It goes back to the net zero crazy mad plan that Ed Miliband has. And so the idea behind that is they don't want us to have children. And culturally, we become a nation where we don't. If you look at the demographics and the figures of birth rates in the UK, they've dropped significantly across the West, actually, but not in some of these Eastern countries where they believe, you know, that that's the idea, overpopulation and stuff like that. And they're bringing with them, they're not just their religious ideas, but also their cultural aspects and everything that comes with it. So we are faced with a battle that is both spiritual and political, and we have to engage with that as much as we possibly can. So, you know, this is why we set up Lands of Saints and Sinners. This is why we did it, because we believe that we need to have a voice or a platform. Do me wrong.
Absolutely. We always thought it was really, really important to be able to bring stuff to your attention. We need God back in schools, and our culture needs to be a little bit more like USA.
I remember singing hymns in school.
Grey School took over from the Red School in the UK, so guess what?
Yeah.
It's not just vaccine, it's brainwashing too. Big bad boss bitches who don't need no man snaps that. Absolutely. I mean, it is. I mean, there's a whole combination of stuff, isn't there? There's a whole load of stuff that has actually come into play. No man. I
I don't need a man.
don't need no man. You don't need a man.
No, I don't need a man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man alive. He don't need no man.
No.
I don't need no man.
We don't need no man.
But in fairness, we've had our children, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had our children.
No,
They're grown up
you've
now.
had yours.
I've had
and
5.
You've
had 5.
No, I haven't.
I've had 5.
No, yeah, you've had 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many have you had?
I've had how many I've had. I've had how many children I've had.
Yeah.
And
And each one was precious. And
Each-
a gift from God.
Each one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Each one. Stephen.
Are you guys? No, absolutely not.
Are you, Stephen? I'd
No
like to know
offence
if
to
you are.
But if you have been, I don't hold that against you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just you were conned by the government.
He wasn't any miss. We want rid of York next. I'm going to mention the Archbishop again at church. I'm studying Revelation at the moment and it's uncanny. Do you know what? I'm so glad, Stephen Loosely, that you're not. But listen. Electron, he wasn't, listen, I am too scared to look at Revelation. I won't read it. Do you know what it is? It's because I think as soon as I read it, then Jesus will come back.
It's like the game. It's like the Game of Thrones, right?
No,
So
but I
it's
honestly believe I've never watched Game of Thrones because it reminds me of Revelation. So I actually think that if I read it, that once I've read it, that's it. He's gonna come back, and that worries me because are we all ready? Are we ready? Are we reading Revelation? Are we living in
the end time.
the end times, and are we acting accordingly as if it was the end times? It's scary shit, isn't it? So Stephen's not jabbed, which is hallelujah. So actually, if you have been jabbed, you can get a magnet and you can put it on your body to find out where the metal is within your body. So I'm glad you have it.
I mean, the reason why I didn't have it is because the simple reason the government told me I have to have it. And when any government tells you have to have something, I question it immediately. In fact, I was part of the Together Declaration with not just me, it was thousands of us that put a petition together to stop mandatory vaccines for people working within certain industries. And we won. The government overturned the government's decision. So it's important that we don't allow ourselves to fall into a nanny state for the government to control our everyday life, to be involved in the privacy of our life. Digital ID, for example,
Yeah.
facial recognition.
Yeah.
We are living in a nanny state, and we have to push back as hard as we can against that. You know, they're trying to get rid of cash. They don't want you paying, using your cash anymore. The idea of cash is king. We're losing all of that. And, we have to continue to fight for these simple things, the basic things. You remember before social media, life was so much easier. You had to
Wasn't it just?
You had to run down to a red phone box to phone home to
I
tell your mother
know.
you were coming home.
I'm not coming home later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Davin TK, I think if Jesus was here with us today, he would fix our divisions by urging each of us to be peacemakers. It's so important. I don't think he would urge us to fight. Okay, so he actually fought the Pharisees. So anybody that actually wasn't kind of working in sync with like the kind of principles, I think he would fight them. And I don't mean literal fight. I mean verbally fight them,
Yeah.
which is what we're trying to do, I think, as a Christian nation, is stand ground
Yeah.
to what is actually relevant for us.
Yeah, well, God's given us, He's given us a voice, isn't He? And that's our tool, that's our weapon, if you like, and it can be used effectively to win people over, to see people, and speak truth to people, and speaking truth to power as well is so important. And I think that's essential. And when we see things going wrong, as believers, we must speak the truth. We must not be afraid to speak the truth. Again, it goes back to the freedom of speech, something I believe in massively. Because without it, you lose your identity, and if you lose your identity, you've lost everything. And it's so important we fight for that. And I think in the words of Jesus, He said that we're all His children, right? But a lot of people don't understand what that means, and they get lost in all kinds of other spiritual kind of deviance and all that kind of stuff. But we're all spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings. You might not know it, you might not sense it, you might not think it, but we are. Some of us are awake to it, some of us are not awake to it, but many people are waking up to it. And more people are waking up to it. No, we've seen some surveys done recently, didn't we?
Daniel has just put, love you guys, keep up the good work. Stephen's put, been awake since 1992. That is wide awake, my friends. You have literally, I hope, been spreading the word of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
So we're actually been having debates recently with a guy who does not believe in chemtrails, and I'd love to know your theory on that. Because apparently chemtrails are not a thing. It's just that
Contrails.
it's contrails, but I believe completely in chemtrails and what they're trying to do to our food, to our bodies, and to our air and what we're breathing in.
And again, the government are do that because if you control the food supply, energy, all
exactly
those things, that's how you control the masses. And it's
The
about
jab
control.
is the mark of the beast, says Daniel. And Valkyrie's put, yes, we are in Revelations. The prophetic is playing on the political world stage. Spoiler alert, guess what? God wins. Amazing. Didn't Jesus give one of his disciples a kicking once? I don't think Jesus did, actually. He did throw up the
He's giving me a good kick on again, I can tell you that.
Giving you one. He threw the tables
in the temple,
up in the temple out of anger and loyalty to God, because he felt that he would debate with love. The original Charlie Kirk, absolutely
one.
I like people from Wales. I find them very brave. Thank you. Starter wants to remove bishops from the House of the Lords. So we cannot say we're a Christian country. No, that's really, really interesting.
Yeah,
that's exactly what. Yeah.
Bev Turner, because you saw it on TikTok earlier, you asked a question of the Prime Minister, are we a Christian nation? And what was his response again? Can you remember?
Well, I was christened. And
yeah.
I was like, are you, sorry, what? Have you lost for words?
He just couldn't.
He couldn't
bring himself
spit
to
it
say
out
no.
because he is Islamic, I'm afraid.
And if you think of the monarch as well, Prince Charles is the defender of faiths, plural, not singular. When it used to be the late Queen was defender of the faith, which was the Christian faith. And so there's this erosion, isn't it, of our Christianity and our history and everything else. And it's a shame, because it's more than a shame. It's a battle that we're facing right now, and we have to do everything we can and get our voices out there. Hence why we started this channel.
Yeah.
And,
Gary, no, we didn't have the jab. Did you guys have the COVID jab? My intuition told me not to have it, and I'm fine. Why did your intuition tell you not to have it? It probably saved your life, but what did your intuition do? What happened? Where did you feel it? Tell me about your intuition, because not many people understand intuition. I do. Valkyrie does, Richie does, but there are some people that don't really understand about intuition. How did you listen to that intuition? What was that fine-tuning in you that recognized that you should not have it? Hi, Carl. And yes, things are changing. Now, Carl, can you explain to me what you mean by things are changing? People are waking up, people are seeing the truth, or we're being taken over? Which one? I'd love to know. But Gary, talk to me about your intuition. For me, intuition is I get a really, I can't explain, I get a humming in my body. It's almost like a humming. It's like a weird hum through my body, and a funny flip in my belly. And that tells me something's really off. Something's really off.
Yeah.
And it's like a vibration through my body.
You get that. Some people call it, they get a gut instinct, they call it, something in your gut, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's different for everybody else. But some people are more tuned, you're more tuned to it than I am, really.
Yeah.
It takes me a while to catch up sometimes, isn't it?
We're waking up. Church
Yeah.
members are on the up.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
know what they are?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's so exciting.
Well, we went to church Sunday, didn't we? Down the
yeah,
road, yeah.
God is the way.
We had a chat with the vicars down there, didn't we?
Carl Morris, God is the way.
Yeah,
Thank you for reiterating that. And you know, intuition or God, is it spiritual? What happens? I knew about Savile in 1985, and so did thousands of others, and that's the power of the state and media. Yeah.
Controlled media. I mean, we're still living with controlled media. BBC stands for British Bashing Corporation, and Sly News as well. You never get the truth from those people.
No.
I mean, you take their reporting on the March of the Freedom of Speech Festival in London on the 13th. Was it the 13th of September? I mean, they said there were thousands there. I mean, come on, wake up, will you? Smell the coffee.
Yeah, there was millions.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
1 million,
yeah,
1.5
absolutely.
million.
And online as well, I think around 44 million
There were
people
44 million watching, because
around
we
the
were
world.
looking at all the
Yeah,
numbers,
we were,
weren't
yeah.
we?
They're 2.9 million on their X account. By the way, we're on X as well. Let me get it up and have a look.
Have a
because
look for us.
Make sure you follow us on X,
Stephen
everybody.
was there. Do you know what? What I really find irritating is that, you know, after the 13th, everybody was going on about how there was so much trouble. But actually, what I heard, that it was the other side that were causing problems. Okay, Steve, I was there. Okay, cool. Electron, I didn't realise
done, Steve.
Revelation is the only book you must read. Never preached in church, though. King James Bible is gibberish to me. Thee, thou art, and so on. I can't
How great thou art.
more to follow a version.
So-
Okay, Carl is saying GB News is a breath of fresh air, and Steve and Lucy will say 2 to 3 million. Okay,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
So just quickly for you, don't forget, that's our page on Lands of Saints and Sinners.
on X,
On X.
if you can give us a
Right, and it is at Land Sinners. At Land Sinners. So
if you're on
check us
X,
out.
just go to at
And if you follow us
Land.
now and leave a comment, I'm on there now, and we can say hi and we can connect with you straight away. So make sure you do
Give
that.
us a
We'd love
follow
you.
and we'll follow you back at Land Sinners.
Yeah, because I posted us live on there as well. I think.
Yeah, it's really weird X sometimes.
Yeah.
Like TikTok, we absolutely killed it initially, and then we kept on getting so many bans. We're on a
Yeah.
90-day ban.
Here's one you posted earlier, Rogue.
Here is-
a pregnant man.
It's getting scary, isn't
I mean,
it?
what
What's
do
happening?
you say? Do you want to read it? A pregnant man. This is a man who's claimed to be pregnant. You heard right. Yeah. What did you say in there?
This person has asked for us to wish them luck as they only have 1 month to go. Listen, Karen, I don't know, babes, how to tell you this, but there's no womb in the inn. Literally, no womb in the inn. Oh, jeez. So Gary said that he's a closed book and people don't like that. He's always listened to himself and no one else will change that. That's fantastic. I'm like that. So I'm actually, I know Christians won't like this, but actually I believe that actually God understands it because we think in a controlled way because Christianity tells us to. But I'm actually Scorpio and I am very intuitive, and Scorpios are very, very... spiritual. They're very in-depth. They have this real understanding, and as a Scorpio I absolutely love feeling the energy and understanding stuff, and my instinct always tells me when something's really, really off. Always tells me. So I'm quite a detective. I like to know stuff, I like to feel stuff, I like to see what's going on. And for me, my gut feeling is Advanced UK is the way forwards.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
You're Capricorn. Yeah. Capricorn.
Yeah, it's worth looking at, because when you think we've had no political alternative, we've only had reform really, haven't we? So people have gone to reform because there's been nothing else. And unfortunately, Farage has changed on a lot of his policies when it comes to trans in prisons. He's changed on mass deportations. He's changed on so many different things. And I think it's important we recognise that if this man gets into power, then, will he be fit to govern? Because I'll tell you something, it's one thing to get votes, but it's another thing to govern and run the country. Labour thought they were going to get it right. But when they opened up the books after the 14 years of Conservative failure, and they realised the state of the country, they were like, oh, shit, what are we going to do now? And we've seen what they've done. They've run the country into the ground, man. And we need something to happen drastically. We're 4 years away from the next election, if it gets that far. I mean, and Starmer's just an embarrassment to this country. He's a traitor to his own people, and we've got to get this guy out. And whatever it takes to do that, we will do that. And so, this is why. I mean, Land Sinners Sinners is not a platform for Advance UK, by the way. We're just an independent kind of platform. We've been doing this before Advance UK, Rogue, haven't we?
Yeah,
And
we started it.
yeah, and the idea is we wanted to do this so we could give people a voice in their opinions, and Rogue interacts so well with people on here. So if you've got questions in any of the videos, the shorts we put on, fire away, subscribe, share with people. Again, we're not monetized this. We're just doing it for, we just love doing. We love talking to people, don't we? Well,
My gut feeling is 2, but I don't think we're ready for Advance. It will split the vote. It would be great if we had Reform with an Advance opposition.
Carl, it's a good point. A lot of people have mentioned to me about splitting the vote, haven't they, Rogue?
Yep.
And my answer is this: when you talk about splitting the vote, that implies that you're entitled to certain people's votes, and that's quite arrogant to think that someone's vote belongs to me. No, in a democracy you can't have enough parties. Actually, there should be more parties. That's democracy for you, and you should vote for the party that aligns closest to your convictions and principles. And if you have faith and trust in the leader, I think those things are important. So I would never tell anybody who to vote for, but I would say take a close look at what they're saying and what they're doing. Do they match up? That's important. When it comes to splitting the vote, I would say Reform would be splitting our vote, because our numbers are growing existentially. When you think that we're at over 30,000 members, the same place that Reform were back in July when the election was called. So, we're 4 years away.
I understand. He's thinking tactics, and I understand that.
Yeah, we get that, yeah.
And we do get that. And I think everybody probably, what do we say? Should they vote Reform now to get Labour out?
Well, it depends on, what you see happening in 4 years' time, because a lot can happen in 4 years. Reform could implode within the next 4 years. It might all fall apart. We've seen what they've done to Rupert Lowe. You've seen what they've done to Ben Habib. Many of the senior figures within the party, the way that they changed the constitution to make it impossible to get rid of their leaders, that's not democratic. So I think people are waking up. A lot of people have been hurt and burnt by Reform and are defecting to other parties, and Advance UK has picked a lot of those people up. But we're actually picking up the silent majority, actually, people who've, and we've talked to people who've never been involved in politics.
Yeah.
And they've joined the party because they see something fresh, new, something that stands for everything they believe in. They believe in democracy, freedom of speech, sovereignty, equality in the law, all those things. And I think that is the thing that we're fighting for. And I think it's important you grasp that, because that's what, I mean, I think it was Ben Habib who actually did say, he said, look, if Farage stood for these principles, I'd hand everything over to him. I wouldn't be in politics. He wouldn't be doing it. He's doing it because, and if you've watched any of his stuff, if you've watched his interviews with Liam Tufts or Andrew Gold or Dan Wootton more recently, just listen to what he has to say. And I think you'll get a clear understanding of the man himself. I spoke to him in 2016 when I first met him on a podcast I was doing then. And I think people are looking for an alternative to Reform, and they.
Yeah, I think people are just done with Nigel Farage show. And I just think that, that they're kind of tired of, the drama that comes with Reform.
Yeah.
And there's been a hell of a lot of drama.
Yeah, Labour prop applied. They did, yeah. We've seen that with, what's his name, the previous leader of Plaid Cymru, Adam, I can't think of his name again now.
Carl, are you from Wales? Are you from Wales?
You, Freddie, where you were Diddy. Cheers, mate. But words, absolutely, Gary, yeah, they do need action. Deep down, I believe Farage does. I'm hoping he's playing tactics. Well, yeah, Cardiff, is it?
Cardiff, is it?
Cardiff, is it? All right, bud. No, that's the Barley's hours, all right, bud? What's happening, bud? Cardiff. Butty Boyo,
oh yes.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. Freddie Zuckerberg. I don't know where he's from. Did he what?
Butty Boyle, oh yes. Okay, so you're from Wales, is it, Carl?
Right. Siarad Cymraeg?
Well, if you're from Wales and you join Advance, you can get to join a WhatsApp group with us. Actually, we have got a WhatsApp channel.
Yeah, we have, yes.
And the WhatsApp channel is for Advance UK.
Yeah.
Wales.
Probably the best way to find us is through X, isn't it?
Yeah, find us on X.
Yeah, so do that. Search for Advance UK Wales on X and you'll find us on
Advance UK Wales, and find us on
the
Land of Saints and Sinners, which is Land Sinners, at Land Sinners.
At Land Sinners,
on
Land
X.
Sinners. On X. Follow us on there. We can post up messages on there as well. We can get back to you. Is your birthday in November?
Not on X. I am November.
Not far away now.
Scorpio.
Keeps reminding me.
Can I join your WhatsApp channel? Yeah, Gary,
Well,
what you have to do is go on to, hang on, let me just quickly have a look. So if you go to, I don't know how to go onto communities.
Updates, that's the one. And the one.
So,
yeah.
it is the WhatsApp channel. What is the actual?
Try reading more.
What? Read more.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Gary, are you on X at all? If you are, message us and we can get
No,
in
he's
touch
just said
with
it. I don't think he said he's just not on X.
No.
Oh no, Gary might be. Batty boy. All right, Batty boy.
All right, boyo, what's happening? Who's caught that jacket? We can do it now in a minute. It's like what's that?
Yeah, if you just go on to. No, I don't know. I think I'm just making shit up now.
I tell you what, we can post a link in the comments after we finish this live. We can post the links to our pages if you're interested. Of course, some of those are for members only, so there's some things are public and some of the things for members only. So
We're on TikTok as well, so you can actually message us on TikTok, and we can then tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if anybody's on TikTok, okay.
No, not an X. Okay.
Okay, can you just go onto the TikTok because I want to find the name for TikTok, please.
TikTok.
TikTok. So our name is @sinners.and.saint.
Saint.
So it's @sinners.and.saint.
I'm the sinner. She's the
Saint.
You always sing it, don't you?
I don't know why I can't say it. Say it again. See if I can do it.
I'm the sinner. She's the
Saint. I can't do it. I have to sing the word saint. Yeah, so that is @sinners.and.saint. And you can find us there. And you will see all of the different things. So my battery's about to go now.
Yeah,
so
we've done over an hour
literally-
anyway.
Yeah,
We've
we
done really
probably
well
need to jump off. But we're on X. We're on TikTok. We don't really like TikTok. We're now on here. So we'll probably do more of these. So please come on and join in. And it's been lovely to meet you all.
Wonderful.
And
I'm surprised at the numbers that I know they go up and down. I know, but I'd be surprised we had quite a few on tonight. It's been
it's
good.
been lovely and it's always great. Thank you so much, Adele. And listen, God bless you all. And remember, we are in Revelation times and we all need to keep ourselves spiritually connected.
Amen.
So God bless you.
God bless you all.
Big love.
Bye.
Take care.
Don't forget to subscribe.